start by prepping the skin. I'm going to take my Sunday Riley Ultra Clarifying Face Oil. This just helps to clear my skin because it has salicylic acid in it, and it also helps with fading acne scars. Then I'm going to take the Ren Evercalm Day Cream. This is meant for people with rosacea or mild rosacea, so I love it because it really helps with my redness. Then for primer, I'm going to take the Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancing Primer. I'm going to be using the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Stick. This just really helps to minimize your pores and just give you an all-over flawless finish. It's best to blend out the foundation with a more fluffy, kind of dense brush. I'm using the one that the foundation comes with, and you just want to kind of buff it out in circular motions, and that's going to give you the most flawless finish and the most coverage. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. This is one of my favorite drugstore concealers. I'm just going to apply this to all the points of my face that I want highlighted. So under my eyes, I usually like to do upside down triangle, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and also my chin. Then I'm going to blend that out just using a damp beauty blender. It's better to pat instead of rub. I know some people like to rub, but I just find that I get the most coverage when I pat. Then to bake, I'm going to be taking the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder, and I'm going to apply that basically under my eyes. This step is so important for me because I tend to crease a lot, especially under my eyes, so baking has definitely changed the game for me. For eyebrows, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Soft Brown. This is my favorite thing to use for my eyebrows. It's like the only thing. I'm super loyal to Anastasia. So I like to kind of just start off by shaping them first. So I create the shape, and then I go in and I fill them in. Now I like my brows to be super bold and super defined, so I like to take a concealer and kind of just clean up the edges a little bit and define them a little more. So I'm going to be using the Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer in the lightest shade, and I'm just going to basically shape them. I know a lot of people typically wipe away when they bake, like wipe it off, but I like to kind of pat it in with my beauty blender just because, like I said, I crease a lot and this is what I found works best for me. Then I'm going to take my setting powder again with the fluffy brush, and I'm just going to set the concealer around my eyebrows, and also it's going to help it blend into my foundation. Then I'm going to use one of my favorite contour palettes, which is this Sephora contour palette. This palette is so good. It's just as good as the Kat Von D contour palette, and it's half the price. Like, I feel like Sephora is such an underrated brand because it's Sephora, but they have some really good stuff. So I'm basically going to contour. I'm going to do my forehead, like my temples. I'm going to contour my cheeks, and I'm also going to define my jawline by contouring under there. Then to basically make your contour a little more sharp and kind of like cut your contour, I'm going to take the setting powder once again with my beauty blender, and I'm going to bake right under that contour just to kind of define it a little more. For blush, I'm going to be using the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Berry Amore. After I wipe away the powder from the contour, I'm going to take my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal, and I'm just going to apply this to the top of my cheekbones using my fingers. Then I'm going to use my favorite highlighter palette ever, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero palette, and I'm going to apply Daydream and Forever Lit, basically where I applied the cream highlight, and to do that I'm going to use a fan brush. I'm also going to apply it to the bridge of my nose and also to my cupid's bow just to make my lips appear a little bigger. To prime my lids, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is just going to work as a base and just make sure the eyeshadow stays all day. Going back into my Sephora contour palette, I'm going to take one of the highlighter shades, and I'm just going to apply this with a flat brush from my brow bone all the way to my lid. This is just going to set the primer, and it's also going to help to brighten up my lid. Then I'm going to take Burnt Orange in the Modern Renaissance palette. This is one of my favorite colors. If you can't tell, it's already almost gone. And I'm just going to apply that to my crease and a little bit on my outer lid. This is just going to define the crease a little bit and give your eye a little dimension. Then I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Waterproof Liquid Liner, and I'm going to apply it to the back of my hand. And I'm actually going to apply it with a brush. I don't really like the applicator that comes with the liner, so I prefer to use a brush. This is just an angled MAC brush that I have, and I'm just going to create a wing. Then I'm going to apply 2 coats of my favorite mascara. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. The lashes I'm going to be using are the Lily lashes in Tehran. These lashes are perfect for like an everyday because they're bold, but not too bold. So they make your eyelashes look really long, but without, you know, making them look super dramatic. Then I'm going to curl my lashes so they kind of blend into my real lashes and they look a little more natural. For my lips, I'm going to be taking the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in Androgyny, and on top of that, I'm going to mix it with the ColourPop liquid lipstick in the shade Beeper.